Hey guys, and welcome back to Supreme Ruler Ultimate. In the last episode, Dema entered and left his huge mishap of industrial management. And in this episode, we have war. That's right. In this episode, we have more war, and not just a stomp on Haiti kind of war. We have big war. So I hope you guys enjoy what's coming up, and let me know in the comments how you think this is gonna go.
Oof.
What?
Portugal told me to go fly a kite.
To go fly a kite?
Yeah.
Portugal actually hates me. Portugal and Spain hate me after everything that's happened. An alliance is formed between Norway and Belgium. Oh. Belgium may end up getting involved in World War II then. Because Norway, I think, is scripted to be attacked. I think we've already done so much ahistorical shit that the game's ahistorical tendencies are just skyrocketing.
Everyone wants me to pay them for stuff. Like,
that's because, like, if you're neutral with them and they don't like you or love you, like you're not on the right two bars, then yeah, people are gonna be like, well, what's in it for us? I'm throwing money at people that want shit for me. I don't give a fuck. I'm just picking my targets of who I kind of give treaties to. I'm not going to get any more treaties than the basic friendship ones with Belgium. Because now that they've made an alliance, right? That's what they made. They made an alliance. Yeah, with Norway. I think Belgium's probably going to be pulled into the war and die. Belgium also has an alliance with Switzerland. Switzerland might get pulled into the war and die. That or the Allies will just grow even stronger. The fact that we turned off the sphere system is definitely playing a part in how ahistorically this is going. I can definitely say that much.
I mean, I could nah, the UK gets pulled into the war. Why is the
UK I have a... For the UK, I have pretty much... I actually forgot to get one thing. I'm just getting everything aside from, like, you know, mutual defense packs and stuff. I'm not doing any of that. But transit and line of sight and friendship treaties, that kind of stuff I'm making. Oh, God, the planes. The planes! War is coming! War is coming! Oh, my God, it's Pearl Harbor! Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like Pearl Harbor all over again. I'm getting PTSD. And it hasn't even happened yet. It's only 1937. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Pearl Harbor, guys. It's Pearl Harbor. Look at this.
I should probably build a couple airfields so my planes have something to land on.
Yeah. I'm looking at Pearl Harbor right now, dude. You have an airport down here? You do, yeah. That Dylan place, that little strip that Russia gets during the Cold War, that you own next to Manchukuo, that's a good place for airfields, I think. You have one over there, on the right part, not the big part.
I'm building one right at Ling Yuan. So I have another one to fly out of.
But at the end of the day, remember, you're Japan, alright? Carriers. They're like mobile airfields.
I know.
And in case a viewer is wondering, we tried this before. Dema got to about right here. And then he lost all of his units and just couldn't push. But China couldn't really push either. And I just watched a plane blow up. You don't have enough airfields for these many planes over here.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go and find them a landing point.
It's just making them fly until they blow up. What have you done? What have you done? You just took everything out of that airfield. Like, everything. 100% of the stuff in that airfield you just took out. Oh my god, more airplanes just blowing up.
It's probably my older one, so it's fine.
It's fine. I did the same thing earlier, so, like, I can't judge you. I blew up 3 planes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually exclude engineers. I'm going to favorite rangers, and I'm going to favorite the T-35s.
Look what's making
Encourage my AI
landfall,
to make a bunch
Res.
of those.
What do I have this
And
time that I didn't have before at the start?
A fuck ton of infantry? Your Riku Sentai, though, those are like Marines. Your special forces are much better than those.
I have a
hopefully you're
lot of Rico
prioritizing those.
Sentai because I didn't have the other units.
A lot of infantry. That's much better. That's gonna be needed fighting in this hellhole. Let me see. Close combat. It's actually not a lot of close combat pushing through China. There's a lot of open space. The big problem is you kept getting stuck at cities, and that's where the close combat is. You got stuck wherever the close combat was, even though it's actually very spread out. The start of the trade war. The best part is, this literally doesn't affect anything.
I know what your response to Mexico increasing your tariffs is. What you said
war?
earlier. You just take over their land.
They hate me right now, so I mean,
not right now, because you need to make sure your treaty integrity is good enough.
yeah, it's at 75% right now. Mine started at about 80%. So I'm still just sitting back, spending time developing my country, letting my treaty integrity come back, because if I'm the only person being aggressive in the world and stuff, I don't want that to get too low, because then I'm going to be the center of attention like Germany will end up being when they start declaring war. So I'm trying to be kind of sneaky about it. My next target is still just going to be the Dominican Republic. I'm letting the engineers over here slowly but surely get dismantled in favor of Rangers that I'm making. The Rangers, I'm sending more Rangers over here actually right now.
I'm surprised you didn't take out Cuba.
I wanted the rubber on Haiti before anything. I wanted to secure this rubber. Cuba doesn't really have any value. It'll be easy to take because I have Guantanamo, but it doesn't have much value.
And you also have Haiti as a staging point now.
Yeah, of course, I'm just going to use Guantanamo, but I'm going to take Dominican Republic first. I was thinking about going for Cuba next, because I'll secure the entirety of this island, and then I'll springboard over into Guantanamo, claim Cuba, and then I'll either go for Mexico next, or I'll jump down to the U.S. Canal and go for Panama. I can take all of Panama and then annex the U.S. Canal Zone, and then slowly push my way north towards the southern tip of Mexico, and then when I actually go to war with Mexico, I can fight them from two fronts. What is this? Hitler promotes himself. Adolf Hitler resolved growing tensions between his cabinet and the German army by naming himself Supreme Commander of the German Armed Forces, posting both Field Marshal Werner and von Blumberg and General Werner von Fritsch to retire. I love how they both are named Werner. Whoa.
That was the Anschluss event.
Oh, that's the Anschluss going forward. You have the biggest deployed military out of everybody. Oh my god. Holy shit. If you didn't spike your military deployment, Germany would have the largest military now, finally beating out Italy. So unlike Haiti, the Dominican Republic actually has like an airfield and a bunch of like ports and shit. They may not have any like military production, but everyone starts out with an army. Meaning I think the Dominican Republic will actually have planes. I don't imagine it'll be anything good enough to deal with a bunch of Rangers just storming in, but it will be interesting. Tangier literally doesn't even have a portrait of a leader. The regional government just got like defeated, and now it's just a blank person with a fake name.
Where's
it's not even a human name.
World?
So in about 1 year, World War II is going to start. It's 1938 now. 1939 is when it all kicks off. Italy looks like they're still fighting in Ethiopia, but not accomplishing anything, probably because of supply issues. It takes a really coordinated effort as Italy to actually reach the capital over here and take it, just because there's no supply anywhere here. It's just a fucking barren desert wasteland. Especially when you're the invader. When you're the invader, taking over anywhere in Africa is a cunt. Absolute cunt.
I mean, yes and no. You just have to have a decent amount of supply trucks, and you need to have a straight line to your base without any dead spots.
Supplies fall off over a certain period. What you actually need to do is claim territory, plop down supply bases, then advance. Plop down supply bases, then advance. That's pretty much what you need to do.
Yeah,
to be
when I
the most
take
efficient.
over parts of China, I'm gonna make supply depots.
I've been looking at Liberia, considering if I should make some sort of friendship treaties with them, but I'm really not sure. I can't decide if I want to be their friend, or if I'm eventually going to invade them for their
Hey,
rubber.
look,
Because
peace
they have
signed.
rubber.
Or ceasefire, I should say.
Ceasefire between Italy and Ethiopia. Yeah, more often than not, when you're playing Sandbox, Italy just gives up eventually. Like, yeah, we're not going to accomplish anything here. Let's just give up and claim what we took so far, which is really nothing special, but it's something. And Ethiopia's like, yeah, we're never going to take back what we lost, so let's just give up here.
So, Russ, are you ready for the great oil crisis around the world?
Maybe.
My war with China, and then everyone else taking part in World War II.
Dude, I have 300 oil fields active and 205 offline. I'm fine. I'm perfect. I'm dandy. I am ready to see the market price of military goods shoot right the fuck up, though. That's gonna be hilarious.
And let's see what happens.
Woo!
I'm letting my AI control things.
Japan has declared war on China. Want me to bump it to normal? Normal speed?
I think I could do high.
Okay, fast it is. Fucking motorcycle recons charging to the front, like, what the fuck is happening? More motorcycle recons. It's the elite guards running forward that are gonna be your biggest problem, but... Ooh.
I'm setting my troops over there. And hopefully my AI says I need to send more forces up forward.
Make sure to set your theater controls and battle zone controls for particular places.
Oh, I did that before I started.
That random Chinese plane.
I'll just send my force planes.
Look at all the elite guard that I've got up there. And they're getting absolutely slaughtered this time around. Last time you tried this, didn't go nearly as well. At least not in the beginning. And there's all the Japanese planes. Fucking Pearl Harboring China.
Well, since I'm allied with the US, I don't need to go target Hawaii.
You never needed to. There's no Meijiang. I wonder if that's because you waited so long to declare war? Meijiang never spawned. So that's interesting. What are these things in the front? Are these tanks? These like J92? Yeah, these are tanks. These tanks look so weird.
No, they're infantry, but they're motorized infantry.
Oh, okay. Even the J95s?
The J92s are, the J95s are tanks, but the J92s are motorized infantry.
You reach your first city complex area. Damn, a lot more efficient this time than last time. Look at all that infantry just pouring in. Are you funding insurgency?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably making a huge difference. Last time their military approval rating was at 100%. This time, 44%. You've definitely learned from your mistakes of when we played. Because you basically more than halved their morale by doing what you're doing. Hopefully you have the money and all to to sustain it.
Oh, I have like 7.2 billion.
Probably by doing this, by the way, will actually more than likely make them surrender quicker. Like, you take a capital and they'll be more likely to surrender than running away like Haiti kept doing. Damn, nice constant solid push going here. My main concern for you is what happens when you take so much land and start not being able to cover all of it, because China's a big place. It's a really big place. Good news is you've captured one of their land fabs, increasing yours. You have the 4th highest military production capabilities. You're actually tied with Italy for the exact same amount, 7, 6, and 4. Your military is crazy large. I'm sure China's will be catching up here as they deploy more and more garrisons. Really, the faster you can push before they start getting garrisons everywhere, the more it will work out for you. Because once their garrisons all kick in, it's going to become like this war of attrition. But your special forces especially should make quick work out of garrisons. And enough Riku Sentai could as well. Really, your biggest worry here is their elite guard, because they don't have an air force, they don't really have a navy. All their motorized units are crap. It basically just comes down to their elite guard. And there's like this one over here by Tianjin that's just out in the open. You catch guys like this and you throw planes on them, they'll fucking melt. Infantry out in open fields is like tanks in cities. They're just asking to die. They don't have the defense stats for that shit. Motorized infantry does, but China doesn't have any good motorized infantry. The downside about heavy infantry pushes like this that you're doing is that land infantry move kind of slow when they're not on rails. They don't benefit as much from roads as other types of units do. Still benefit, but they move fastest on rails. I wonder, what's your treaty integrity after declaring this war? 63.6%. Yikes. It's getting low.
Yeah, after this, I'm not doing anything else.
Gonna let it recover for several years.
Yep.
Some losses over there at Jinan. Let's check out some of these stats for the war. China lost 68,000 men and growing. 240 different unit stacks. Only killed 16. You've lost 18 total. I know 2 of those were planes. Killed 245. Lost about 20,000 almost. China just holding up their lack of KDR. Mexico breaks relations with the UK. Good old trade war. I'm still letting my treaty integrity come back. I'm at 76.1%. I'm not quite ready to go to war again. It's not one of those 70% casus belli wars. And I know no one around me is really just gonna go batshit crazy and give me 100% war score so randomly. Oh boy, look at this just mob of units. I do wonder though, the fact you're moving all these units in a giant mob might end up hurting you in the long run, because you won't have any troops defending your flank.
What I'm mainly focusing on is quickly taking out their production ability for units. So I'm going up.
Are you actually going specifically at those places?
I'm going for like military production, land production, airbase.
You've only gotten one of their production facilities so far.
I'm moving for another one. Desal has land. I was trying to get like their goods for military.
This is just an insane zerg of Japanese people.
And seeing as Kangzhou is like right behind me and my units are here, I'm just gonna take that. Short my lines.
China must be stretched thin at this point. They lost another fabrication point. They've lost over 100,000 people, 312 units. They have 1 million people deployed now, which I guarantee is almost entirely garrisons. Because with how much land you're leaving undefended, the fact that they're not really pushing back against you shows that they're kind of spread thin. They have some random elite guard to the west of Manchukuo, which is kind of odd. Yeah, their units are like all over there. That's not really the most effective place to have units there, China. But hey, that's good for you. Your infantry is lagging behind all your more motorized, mechanized units. You have so many, like, of those units, you're actually taking out the villages before your infantry can catch up. You might just be better off sending the infantry off to do their own thing.
That demoralization must have just gave me a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, even now the military's approval owns at 57.5%. That's still almost half of their morale just gone. Yeah, dude, your infantry are like lagging so far behind. You might be better off just sending them south towards that railroad and letting the infantry push along that. New alliance forms Switzerland and the Netherlands. Wow. There's an interesting web of alliances being made over here now. Some crazy shit happens when you start turning off spheres of influence.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm gonna re-enable another one of my land productions since the UK has been going crazy with theirs, and I can. I might be able to re-enable two.
Don't forget, I kind of have an insane amount as well.
I know. I had 9, and I just enabled another one. I keep checking. You don't have more than even Italy has. Like, you have been neck and neck with Italy this entire time. Whenever you gain one, they get another one as well. I'm trying to stay behind the UK because they have the most production overall. I'm just letting them have the mill cap penalty so that I don't have to. You do have the other mill cap penalty though. You have the one for large army, the largest army. China's catching up though. They look like they're gonna take that from you. Once you beat China though, you're probably gonna retain the largest one for a little bit until you get all those garrisons away. That is.
Yeah, as soon as I win the war, I'm just like preserving everything and just going in economic mode.
And treaty integrity repair mode. Because boy, are you gonna need it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm back up to 76.5%. It's finally like a greener color again. If we actually constantly wait for treaty integrity, because we avoid any targets of opportunity, because say like Japan declaring war on everybody, or no, Germany, sorry, this conquering everything will take quite a bit. Unless at some point we decide to just go full warmonger and say fuck what anybody thinks.
I mean, after a point, we won't have to worry about treaty integrity.
Once we're so super powerful that nothing can stand up to us, yeah, technically we wouldn't have to worry about it. We can just go full warmonger, take over the world, and not give a shit what anybody thinks, except what our own population thinks, I guess. Well, more what my population thinks and what your military thinks. Aside from a couple things, you're basically caught up to where you were the last time we tried this, though. And Nanjing is in reach. You are only 21 hexes away. 336 km. I don't imagine they'll surrender after Nanjing, but that will be a huge blow to them. It's just a war of attrition of you fighting garrisons right now, really. Their larger amounts of forces are pretty dispersed and unable to really keep tabs over everything. They've lost 458 units, including garrisons. 200,000 people. You've lost only about 40,000 people. 53 units. Their military army staff count's catching up to you. They're back down to 6. Land fabs, you're up to 9. You are now in 3rd place for total military fabs. So you're going to get China's research centers now, too. Let's see, you already have 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 1 from Formosa. And you already got a 5th one, actually, from China already. How many do they have left? They have 1 active left, and they're building 2 more. You're going to probably acquire 2 that are in process of building. Your population is almost at 200 million now. You are the 2nd largest country in the world in population now. You've passed the USSR. Once China falls, you'll be the largest.
I might have to take it. Might take a small hit in over here because their garrisons are just becoming too beefy.
Actually, I'm remembering you said you were going to colonize this, so you won't actually end up being the largest.
I mean,
you've lost a decent amount of forces. You're getting towards that point you were again. You do have some guys still over in the west, but to continue pushing through these garrisons, you're gonna need more guys because you're starting to lose units, and they're starting to push up with infantry right now.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like,
oof. Ooh, this hurts. Yeah, you need to really exercise some air power here. Because you're running out of land forces to push with. You're getting into that situation again.
I just have to take a defensive stance and just rebuild.
And use your air on opportune targets. Tear away at like these elite guard pushing up on you. Strike them down with air. Going after garrisons with air, not the most useful thing, but taking down actual units that can walk around like this, like all this elite guard, there's a fuck ton of them. These are really good targets to go for. Because this is stuff they had to build. Garrisons, they could just spring up wherever the fuck they want. Ooh, that's a dead special forces right there.
I have a whole bunch of land forces being built. The foot
Did
soldiers.
you just say meat?
What?
Did you just call your soldiers meat?
No.
Did you just literally say the word? Did you say you have a whole bunch of meat?
No, I said I had a whole bunch of land units being built.
I heard you start saying the word meat and then cut yourself off. So this war is going to take a slowdown now, that's for sure. You're now at the point where there's not really enough land forces to cover the whole thing. Their military approval rating's up to 88.3%. Did you stop? Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need you to start...
Oh my god!
I'm gonna need you to start deploying units in my area.
Oh my god! That is not something I expected to happen, but I guess it's kinda maybe expected based on they probably hate your guts and you're warmongering next to them and you just lost like your entire army, so you're like a prime fucking target.
Oof, I'm gonna need help.
Oh, jeez. Whoo! Oh, fucking hell, dude. That's a development right there. Can you potentially get a peace treaty with China? Is that a thing that you can get right now?
Okay, so they don't want peace, so let's try to see if China wants peace.
Yeah, check China. They're the ones that are beat up right now. Soviets just declared war. They're fresh. They're ready to go. Although you're on the end of the Soviets that isn't so threatening. I never saw this coming.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They don't want peace.
Oh, you haven't beaten him up enough. Oh my god, I don't have the military. I don't have the military. I have the navy. I don't have the land forces to, like, win that for you. I'm still pre-World War II USA. I don't have what you need.
This is
I can use my navy, and I can keep them off you. I can send military troops, but at the end of the day, what's going to happen is just we are both going to run out of troops and end up with nothing.
I'm gonna condemn the war declaration.
Yeah, I did that too. Holy shit.
I guess I just ramp up military production.
Yeah, you need to just, I guess, militarize like there's no tomorrow right now is your only chance. Because, okay, so I have about 300 land units, right? But I can't even defend all of my territory with that. I literally, it's not even enough to defend all of my territory. Let alone to start sending units all the way across the Pacific Ocean.